I was writing a blog. I was fairly new to bringing my writing to Instagram. At the time, back in the day when Instagram was pretty much just like, let me post a picture of my coffee with these Instagram built-in filters. And then it started to evolve into, let me share my words. That's when it was around that time when sharing words on Instagram was becoming this thing. And so I had a blog at the time and I was getting a lot of traction on my blog, and a lot of people were just talking about how they could relate to my story and shared just how my story impacted them, or they just felt like they could see themselves in the things that I was writing. And so because I was getting that connection from people through the things I was writing on Instagram as well as on my blog is when I decided, what would it look like to just write a book and put these words in a book that felt a little more safer, something that you could just hold closer to you than having to log on the internet to read. I think, like I said, for me, my experience with books are very intimate. I think there's so much that we can learn from reading, and literature is so powerful that I said, you know what, why not just write a book? And that's how Rivers of Coming came about.
Oh, I love that you said like it's something that you can kind of hold close to you. I think the internet, it can be such a good support. It can have a lot of really good resources, but there's something so innately powerful about having that physical thing you can kind of hold
Mhm.
and relate to and find support in.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what I was envisioning, like the internet is not necessarily a place that I personally feel like we can hold dear to us. We can learn a lot and we can feel connected to people, but I also think there's something different about literature and what that can offer us.
Definitely. Utilizing Instagram as a platform for your poetry. I think that the cool thing, obviously, is we're all like, we're all writers here, we're all storytellers. What's so cool about books is that it's such an accessible way to world build for others. I think that utilizing Instagram, it's an even more accessible way to put words in the hands of people who may not have the means to go out to the library or means to go out to Barnes and Nobles or wherever it may be to go and find the words and find the means of healing. The amount of times that I'm scrolling on Instagram trying to look at cute cupcakes and then someone ends up posting like, some like really heartfelt poem or like, wordscape or whatever you want to call it. I think that it's because of people like you, like poets on Instagram, writers on Instagram, sharing those words that, like we said, we're able to put healing into the hands of so many more people who I don't think would know that they need healing without it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And that's why I still utilize Instagram or my newsletter, or I write for different blogs and stuff because it's accessible, and access is very important right now. And a lot of people just don't have access, and even with literature, like we're seeing a huge decline, with bookstores and Barnes and Nobles, every minute is shutting down a new location, right? And so a lot of us are looking toward the internet for resources and information. And so that's how I still utilize those platforms as well because we're still reaching people.